Greetings, fellow adventurers. I'm Starflare, and this is my first video. I want to welcome you to my voxel testing facility. I've looked long and hard to try to come up with a method to create a tower. As you can see, I've been working on one here in the background with the smoothest edges possible that I could actually extend into the ground and not actually damage the ground. This is something that, well, first of all, I'd like to introduce a couple different methods to doing this. Different ways of creating the ring cutters, as Firel will call them, and I've got links to his video for teaching you how to create a ring cutter. Also, I used Caladar's sphere generator for creating the initial rings. And when you do that, make certain that after you've created your first ring, you actually stack it 11 times, smooth it 8 times, cut that center ring, stack that center ring an additional 11 times, and smooth it 8 more times. It took me a lot of time to find that technique just to get the smoothest edges possible, which you can see here are almost perfect. So onwards, I have a couple different methods of doing the rings that produce different results. This one here, again based off of Firel's ring cutter, was actually created by using a delete tool on a surface, and I made a delete sphere. Again, you can use Caladar's sphere generator for creating a larger one. I simply created, in fact, I actually think from the size of this, I did use Caladar's sphere generator for cutting the initial sphere in the hole there. Then I used a selection grid to select around the outside of this, like so. Came over the other side and selected the initial space. I copied that, pasted that over to this little area here. And what I did differently from what Firel did was I healed the spaces on the outside of this empty ring. That's why the divider space you see in between here is completely empty. There's actually a ring in that space. Then I, copied the 2 pieces over top of it so it retained its shape. And you can simply copy that piece, bring it over in an area here, and what you can see here is you can cut a hole down into the ground. Not perfect, of course. I simply didn't bring it up far enough, and I kind of went off center as I went, but the result is a hole in the ground that should be perfectly smooth. No edges to it, nice and neat, and all you have to do after that is just simply to delete your standing pieces, your guide pieces. And when that's done, you have a nice, neat circle in the ground. Now, I wanted something that was more along the lines of a tower. I wanted to be able to have a black obsidian tower, in my case, mining lots of obsidian, that would extend through the ground without actually damaging the ground. And you can see a little bit of damage, but I'll show you the ring that I used before I actually show you how I fix that. Now this is again a take off of Firel's ring cutter. The difference is he healed the ring itself and then placed a ring above and below to help it retain its shape. In this instance, I healed on the outside, leaving the ring alone. Again, putting the ring above and below to retain its shape. And now when you select this, you're getting just that central ring. And what you can do from there is come up here, and we'll go right over top where we were before. Bring it up so it's above the surface of the ground. And as you can see, it's creating a nice, neat ring. Oh, I ran out of obsidian. Anyhow, what's going to happen here is that ring will extend below the ground to look like this. Now, what I did from there was I simply grabbed our smoothing tool and just ran across the ground on the outside here. Single click should do it in most areas. And it will bring that ground nice and neatly back to what you want to see. Kind of gives a little bit of a melted wax look to the bottom of the tower there, but it's better than any other type of ring cutter or method that I've seen to create actual rings in the ground. So that is my little tutorial. I hope this helps some people. If you have any questions, feel free to send me a message. Thank you for your time.